Most signs are formed in a centralized area near the upper chest for ease of view. Some signs may be formed as high at the top of the head and as low as the upper hip. For example, hat and dog. Over time, signs have moved in from the sides to see them better. A few signs are still formed near the elbow, like cracker and bridge. Most signs are formed in front of the chest in what is called neutral space. Signs are easy to form and easy to see in neutral space. Question words are all formed in neutral space. When asking a question, the question word can either be at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. Now, I will show you the question signs. Be sure and raise your eyebrows and lower your chin when asking a question. What? Where? Who? When? How? Which? How much? How many? And this is the sign for question.
In this part, Mrs. Perkins takes Melanie to the doctor for an examination. The nurse learns signs for body parts, symptoms, and treatments.
Signs for medical situations are very important. Deaf people have a right to have an interpreter present for any medical interaction, but sometimes there's not enough time for the interpreter to arrive in an emergency.
And sometimes the deaf person is too ill or hurt to write notes to the doctor or nurse.
So let's show some signs for some illnesses.
Sure. First is the sign for deaf. This sign points to the ear and mouth, deaf. And blind, as if poking out the eyes, blind.
How about heart attack and pneumonia? Heart attack, pneumonia.
Cold and faint.
Pregnant and sick.
Let's watch our story now, and later we'll come back and learn a very special characteristic of some signs related to medical situations. I'm glad you're here.
I'm happy you let me come with you to your annual physical examination. I want to hear what the doctor says about how you're tired all the time. And I'll be able to interpret for you what the doctor says. Too bad doctors and nurses don't know sign language.
Hi. You know what? I agree with you. I think it's important to have communication between two people instead of through a third person, which is why I really want to learn sign language. You need to go down the hall for a chest x-ray, and while you're gone, I'll have your mom show me some signs so I can learn sign language.
Great. When I come back, I'll test you and see how much you've learned.
Okay. I was serious about learning sign language. I would appreciate it if you'd show me some signs I can use here on the job. I think signs for emergencies are really important.
It's my pleasure. And I guess signs that would tell you what's wrong with someone would be the first things you'd need to know. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll show you a few signs, and then you can show them back to me. You ready?
Ready. I think signs related to a person's symptoms are really important.
Okay. Most of these can be asked as a question simply by raising your eyebrows and widening your eyes. For example, dizzy can be asked as a question. Dizzy? Do you want to try it?
Okay. Dizzy? How's that?
Good. You've got the idea. Okay, now I'll show you several symptoms. Upset.
Okay.
Vomit.
Vomit.
Good. Cough.
Cough.
Breathe.
Breathe.
Hurt.
Hurt.
Sick.
Sick.
Temperature.
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 Great. Now, parts of the body are simple. Mostly, they are done by pointing. So let's start with some pointing signs.
Okay.
Eyes,
Eyes.
nose,
Nose.
teeth,
Teeth.
tongue,
Tongue.
stomach,
Stomach.
feet,
Feet.
knees,
Knees.
elbow.
Elbow. Easy enough.
The rest of the parts of the body are pretty simple too. Body,
Body.
head,
Head.
face,
Face.
mouth,
Mouth.
ear,
Ear.
back,
Back.
arm,
Arm.
hands.
Hands. Easy enough.
Great, you're doing great. Now I'll show you some treatments
Mhm.
before Nicole gets back. Okay, medicine. Medicine, it's kind of like the old-fashioned way of grinding with a mortar and pestle. Medicine. Pills. Shot or injection, which is pretty much mine. Then operate or surgery. Ready to try them?
Mhm.
Okay.
Medicine. Pills. Injection. Surgery. Wow, that's a lot. I better check on Nicole, see how she's doing. I can't wait to show her what I learned.
Good.
Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Good for that nurse for trying to learn sign language.
Absolutely. She will be much more effective in her job with deaf patients. Now I want to show you a few other signs that can be useful in medical situations. Doctor, nurse, and medical are initialized signs, formed the same way, but using a different handshake. D, doctor. N, nurse, and M, medical.
Here's the sign for hospital. Hospital. Notice hospital is formed like patient. And this is ambulance, with the light on top of the ambulance. Ambulance.
These are other signs that may be helpful. Healthy, help, and health. Now, weren't you going to show some special kinds of verbs that can be used in medical situations?
Yes, some verbs are locational, in that you form the sign near where the ailment occurs. For example, the sign for hurt. This is an earache. This is a stomach ache. And if I sign this, then I'm saying that I have a sore throat.
That's a very useful way to sign. Then this sign must mean headache.
You definitely got the idea. The sign for surgery or operate is similar. If I sign it here, then I mean that I will have stomach surgery. This is surgery on the elbow, and it doesn't mean that I need brain surgery.
That's great. Are there other signs that are locational?
Well, yes, you can place a bandage wherever you need it.
Every sign has 4 parts. Let me show you a few examples. Handshape, such as C, R, X, open, flattened O. Palm orientation, such as down, forward, in, up. Location, in front of the chest, near the forehead, by the chin, on the back of the left hand. And movement, up, forward, downward in an arc, back. Let's look at a one-hand sign and describe it with all four parts. Lonely. The hand shape is a 1. Palm orientation is left. Location on the chin, and the movement downward slowly. Lonely. Now let's try a two-hand sign. Rock. Hand shape for the left hand, S. For the right hand, S. Palm orientation, both palms facing down, and the location in neutral space in front of the chest. The movement, right hand taps on the back of the left hand. Rock.